What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So what I want to do right now is I want to explain, like I did earlier this morning as well, I want to talk about how in 2 weeks, just 2 weeks time, we are going to start seeing the IRS sending out those child tax credit payments. Now these are the payments that will be for $250 per month for any child between 6 and 17 and $200 or $300 for any child between 0 and 5. So that's actually pretty big news there. Now, what we need to discuss, first off, not only the size, who's going to get them, and everything in between, but we need to talk about how you can opt out of these and why. I mentioned this a couple days ago, and I want to bring this up again because there's a reason why some people should consider opting out. Now, if you are horrible at saving money and you don't need money at this time, maybe consider opting out because you could potentially get the money. You could get the $250 or $300 per month, and yes, you may just blow through it, but at the end of the day, if you were to opt out, you could potentially just get the money in the end when you file your federal tax return sometime next year. And so according to experts, that is what they recommend because many people have not proven to themselves that they can even save money. So that's a big problem. Also want to address the fourth stimulus check in today's video. Also touch on the eviction protections and student loan forgiveness because we're not really hearing news there, but there's lawmakers that continue to push for more and more relief or forgiveness at this time. So first, let's talk about the student loan forgiveness. Because this is still being considered. This is something that Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren have been continuing to push for quite some time. What I can tell you is that the reports are indicating that President Biden does have the power to forgive up to $10,000 in student loan forgiveness. However, the reports also indicate that there is most likely he does not have the power to forgive up to $50,000, but that's what lawmakers want. Lawmakers were pushing for that. Lawmakers were almost promising their constituents that exact same thing. And so this is one of the reasons why at this time it's turning into a hotly contested issue because lawmakers almost promised $50,000, but yet President Biden promised $10,000 when he was running for president. So right now, it's getting somewhat of a back and forth and a mixed message, but it's also making a lot of Americans very upset because they're not getting the true correct answer and actual responses, and even an answer that would provide them with any update as to should they keep paying off their student loans. And again, right now it's on a pause, but should they pay off their student loans or should they wait and hopefully get an answer from the Biden administration? Honestly, right now, we just don't know. Something else though, and this is another big thing. What some lawmakers are discussing is if we provide borrowers, student loan borrowers, with the cancellation of student loan debt, this would actually help them a great deal. But some are saying that this would actually cause borrowers to go into debt elsewhere, because many have not proven that they can control their debt levels. They continue to borrow and borrow and borrow. At some point, they will be maxed out. So some experts are saying that they would highly consider the Biden administration hold off on this and potentially pass some other form of stimulus because this is not the way to go. This would actually create more harm than actual good. So that's just one report. Other reports obviously indicate that by waiving student debt, it would provide those students with more money to go and maybe buy a car, start a family, purchase a home, or things like that. But with home prices where they are at right now, that's something that many consider is a very lofty goal because homes are very expensive. Now, something else I want to address. Some people are talking about student loan protections or the student loan forgiveness and eviction protections, and they're calling these more survival packages because for a student to survive, they would need this student debt canceled. Well, for people that are behind on rent and for them to survive in the future, maybe not right now, but in the future, they would need their eviction protections maybe not lifted, but they need their rent paid for. And so these eviction protections are pretty much just kicking the can down the road because people are going to be evicted at some point. But here's what lawmakers are discussing. And again, when I say lawmakers, I'm not talking about the whole House or the whole Senate. Again, the Senate's they're on recess, so nothing's going to happen there. But what I can tell you is particular lawmakers are putting together plans and getting these plans somewhat into motion and talking about trying to get people on board. But they're talking about how if we provide students with some type of forgiveness of their debts, we pay off rents, and we get that rental assistance out and cover 100% of back rent. But if we do all those things, and that again, that's going to be great. The problem is that there's still other people that need help. There's still other people that need help paying for food. People pay for their mortgage, utilities, right? The property taxes. There's all these other things that right now some lawmakers say that they completely forgot. They completely missed. So again, at this time, we're going to see, but the talks right now are pretty much showing the lawmakers' hands as to, okay, that we need to provide more. How do we do it? And that's the big question. Nobody knows how to provide more, how to reach the most hardest hit individuals and families in this country. Obviously, food assistance is needed. Rental assistance is needed, right? Mortgage assistance is needed, right? Students or past students, they need help paying off this debt. But is that the responsibility of every single American that pays taxes to pay off somebody else's debt? Some say no. Some say no, that is not on every single American to pay off somebody else's debt when those previous college or age kids, they didn't get the chance to go to college because they couldn't afford it. But if now they would have known that they could have went to college and their debt would have just been completely forgiven, some are saying that's not fair. So who should get their student loans forgiven? Who should get somewhat of a stimulus check or maybe a reward, right? And a reward, that's my word, that's not coming from lawmakers. But they're addressing this. We need to have fairness. When we pass the next bill, it needs to be fair. As to how fair, honestly, nobody knows. As to what's going to be in it, honestly, nobody knows. But here's something that I know is going to happen. In 2 weeks' time, 2 weeks from today, we are going to see, according to the IRS on July 15th, which is in 2 weeks, they will be sending out the child tax credit payments, also being called stimulus checks. Okay? These payments, just to give you an idea, these payments, now they will be coming out monthly. You'll get 6 months of payments between $250 to $300. Now, if you make under $75,000 as an individual, you'll get the full amount. If you are head of a household and you make under $1,000 or $112,500 per year, you will get the full amount. If you are a couple filing jointly and you make combined $150,000 or less per year, you will get the full amount. If you make over that, you will get the full amount minus the phase out, which is $50 for every $1,000 you make over that. Again, I've done the math in previous videos. If you have questions on that, you made, let's say, $184,000 and you have so many kids, you'll comment down below, let me know what your specifics are, what the details are for your family, and how much money you made, and I can do the math for you, right? So that's something I'm willing to do if you need help there. Also, there's websites out there that will tell you how much money you will get every single month, and that's based off your income and obviously your household size. Now, when I address the child tax credits, a lot of people get very upset because all this money is going to children, and it is. There's a lot of money going to children. There's this child tax credit. There's tax credits for childcare. Just the other day, I was addressing how there was more money potentially going to children because lawmakers, mainly Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and two senators out of Oregon, they're proposing a policy, some type of legislation that would actually provide children with $500 per year as pretty much a bonus going into like a savings account. And then at the end of 18 years, or once you turn 26, you would actually receive a full $9,000 up to $9,000 payment. So you get $500 per year between 0 and 18. At 18, it stops. You can pull out half that money, so $4,500, and you can use that to go to college, or you can just save that entire thing. And then when you turn 26, that money would be unlocked, and you can use that to start a family, maybe start a business, or even buy a house. That is at least the goal for many lawmakers. So again, more relief for children. But as I know more regarding what else is coming, what's coming for, people that are on Social Security, people that don't have children or haven't even started a family yet, I promise I'll keep you updated on all those things. But as of right now, this is what we know regarding the stimulus checks, child tax credits, evictions, and student loan forgiveness. If you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. I just want to thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.